Morning, it's Tuesday and the sun is shining, and I know Mrs. Fitzgerald's been doing crafts with you about animals that turn into other things. So examples: caterpillars turn into butterflies. I know that on the Facebook page McKenna Dietrich found some eggs. They hatched and turned into, I think, robins. My duck egg unfortunately didn't make it. We can talk about how tadpoles, yesterday she talked about tadpoles, how they turn into frogs. So I found this book, The Frog Prince. This isn't exactly how the life cycles work, not exactly how this frog turns into something, but we shall see. It's a little fun spin twist on how animals turn into something else. Title page, The Frog Prince. And actually the illustrator is the same illustrator from Miss Nelson's Missing. So you will notice the difference, the similarities in the characters. She kind of looks like Miss Nelson. It's just how he draws all his characters. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess. She had a golden ball, and it was her favorite plaything. She took it wherever she went. One day the princess was playing in the woods near a well, and she threw her ball high into the air. It fell, splash, right into the well. The princess watched her golden ball sink deep into the water of the well, and she began to cry. She cried harder and harder, and suddenly someone said, "What is the matter, princess? Why are you making so much noise?" I wonder who said that to her. The princess looked around, and she looked into the well. An ugly little frog was looking up at her, and the frog asked again, "What is the matter, princess?" "Oh, it's you, you old water splasher," the princess said. "My golden ball has fallen into the well, and that is why I am crying." There he is. "Stop crying," said the frog. "Maybe I can help you. What will you give me if I get your ball for you?" "Well, I will give you whatever you want, dear frog," said the princess. "Would you like my fine silk dress? Or my necklace of pearls? Or would you like my golden crown?" "No," said the frog. "What would I do with your fine silk dress or your necklace of pearls? And what would I do with your golden crown?" "Well, what do you want then?" asked the princess. The frog looked at the beautiful princess, and he said, "I want to be your friend and your playmate. I want to be able to sit with you at the supper table. I want to eat with you from your golden plate and drink with you from your golden cup. I want to sleep on your fine silk pillow. If you promise to let me do these things, I will get your ball for you." "I promise," the princess said. She thought, how can this nasty little frog come to the castle and be my playmate? He has to stay here in his well. And she said it again, "I promise." Now the frog went down deep in the well, and soon he came up with a golden ball in his mouth, and he threw it onto the grass. "Oh," said the princess, "my golden ball!" And she picked it up and she ran away. So she made a promise, and she's not living up to it. She ran away. "Wait, wait," cried the frog. "Take me with you. I can't go as fast as you." But the princess did not wait. She ran home to the castle, and soon she forgot all about that poor little frog. The next day at supper time, the princess sat at the table with her father, the king, and all of the people of the court. Suddenly, everybody heard some strange noises outside. Splish, splash, splish, splash. It was the sound of wet little feet coming up the stairs to the castle. Then flip, flap, flip, flap. There was a slippery little knock at the door, and somebody called, "Princess, princess, open up, princess. Princess, let us sup." The princess ran to the door and opened it. Goes When she saw the frog, she shut the door quickly. The princess came running back to the table, and the king looked at her. "What are you afraid of, daughter?" he asked. "Is there a giant at the door who wants to carry you off?" "Oh, no, father," said the princess. "It's not a giant. It's a nasty little frog." And the princess told her father how the frog had found her ball, and she told him about her promise. "I promised I would let him be my friend," my friend and playmate, she said, "but I never thought he would come out of the well." Flip flap, flip flap. There was that slippery little knock again, and somebody called, "Princess, open up, princess. Let us up. Remember who brought you the ball that fell? Remember your promise by the well." "You must keep your promise, daughter," said the king. "Open the door and let the frog in." And so the princess had to open the door. And look who bounces right through. Her father's right. She did make a promise. Sorry, look at the drawing in the book. This is from my daughter. The frog hopped in and followed her to the table, and he stopped by her chair. "Pick me up and put me next to your plate," said the frog. "Go ahead," the king said. "Do as your frog says. You must keep your promise." The princess had to put the frog on the table, and everybody could see that she really did not want to do it. And look at her face. She's like, oh. And now this frog has to sit at the dinner table right next to her. The frog ate with the princess from her golden plate, and he drank with her from her golden cup. The frog liked his supper very much, but the princess could not eat a thing. At last the frog said, "Now I'm ready to go to sleep. Carry me to your bedroom and put me on your fine silk pillow." The princess began to cry. "Stop crying," said the king. "Do as the frog says. You made a promise, and you must keep it." So here's her. She's like, oh, and he's drinking from her golden cup, and there's the king, her dad, saying, "You must take her up." And so the princess had to carry the frog to her bedroom. She took hold of him with 2 fingers, and she put him in a corner. But the frog said, "I'm tired. I want to go to sleep on a fine bed, just like you. Put me on your silk pillow, or I will tell your father." Look how she's carrying him. She's not very affectionate. That made the princess very angry. So she picked up the frog and threw him against the wall. But when he fell to the floor, the frog was no longer a frog. That wasn't very kind, was it? So, I wonder what the frog changed into. He's not a frog anymore. Now he was a tall prince with beautiful, kind eyes, and he was smiling at the princess. "A wicked witch turned me into a frog," he said, "but now the spell is broken." So here she found this beautiful prince. The very next day, the prince and the princess were married. A golden coach with 8 white horses drove up to the castle, and the prince now took the princess to his own land, and they lived there happily ever after. The end. So maybe this isn't about a tadpole who turned into a frog, but instead a frog who turned into a prince. Very cute. The Frog Prince. And we'll see you soon. I get to go to school today, so it's kind of bittersweet. I will miss you. It'll be weird being in there without everybody, but I need to get some things. And make sure your parents check your emails to look for the Mother's Day project that we're going to do. Okay? See ya. Bye.